Our purpose-built Jeep Beach rig is done, and now it's time to use it. We'll hit the obstacles at the massive Jeep Beach event at Daytona International Speedway and see some of the coolest rigs along the way.
Welcome to TruckU. I'm Steele, and today we're coming at you from Daytona Beach, Florida, the world famous Daytona Beach. And you know what? You know who is not with us this week? He's out racing somewhere. That's another story. We'll get to that later on. But the reason we're in Daytona is because of the big Jeep Beach event that's going on right now. That event is why we specifically built the TruckU. And if you remember correctly, we put a lot of work into that Jeep. We started out with a stock 2012 JK Rubicon and turned it into the ultimate off-road machine. Now we started with the Poison Spider body armor all the way around, and that was fun because we got to drill into a brand new Jeep body. We had a new bumper with a Rugged Ridge 8,500 pound winch, and Bruno added some KC lights on the bumper and lights around the window frames. Then it was time for a performance upgrade under the hood with the 3-stage power pack from Road Race Motorsports. Then we put the Jeep up on the lift and started swapping out the new axle. We dropped out the stock axle for a much stronger and more durable Pro Rock 44 unit from Dynatrac. Then it was time for the lift. We wanted to do something that gets us up in the air and it'll be strong enough for the Jeep Beach obstacles, so we installed this 6-inch lift from Rough Country Suspension. It's a long arm kit and it's going to get the job done. All right, look, that's enough recap. It's a beautiful day. We need to go play on some obstacles and check out some cool Jeeps. We have finally made it to Daytona International Speedway for this year's Jeep Beach event. Now here's what's going down. Thousands of people coming in from all over the country, Jeeps all over the place. We've got obstacles from mild to wild, scavenger hunt events, vendor rows off to the side. You know we've got a whole lot of bragging and showing off going on as well. And then when it's all said and done at the end of the event, they take all these Jeeps and they drive them down Daytona Beach. It's awesome. But look, these guys are ready to go, so I'm gonna get out of the way. Out here at Jeep Beach, it's all about the obstacles, and they've got a ton of them, which is good. They range from mild to wild, so if you've got a bone stock Jeep or a super modified Jeep, these guys have something for you. Now, obviously, we brought out the TruckU, and we know we can make all that easy stuff, so we thought we'd bring it right to the hard stuff and put it right to the test. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? All right, so maybe we don't go all in on the first obstacle. We've got to test our tires out. So we do that on the rock pile. Now, in obstacles like the rock pile, it's not the driver getting you through, it's your spotter. We called in a favor and got Larry from Poison Spider to be our eyes over the rocks. It's all about finesse and picking the right line. And we're through this one pretty quick. Next. This is Millie. She's the event director out here at Jeep Beach. And Millie, I know you've got a lot going on, so thank you for hanging out with us. Sure. And this event is special this weekend. Can you tell us why?
Yep, it's our 10th anniversary, and we're very, very excited about that. We got a lot of Jeeps coming in, pre-registration numbers through the roof, and it's all to benefit the Blue Ribbon Coalition and the Boys and Girls Club of Volusia Flagler counties, and we're just very excited for that.
I think it's really cool that people can come out here and have fun and the money goes to a good cause and all that. But I think another thing that's cool, and probably everybody that comes here, is the fact of where you do it. Down here, Daytona International Speedway in the infield. How awesome is that?
It's great. It's awesome. It's a big draw for our participants. They love coming in just to be in the infield itself, but then to be able to drive your Jeep across an obstacle, it's just amazing.
Very cool. Congratulations on all the success, and we can't wait to see how it all ends.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming out.
So we've taken a look at some of the obstacles. When we come back, it's time to take the TruckU and put it to the test on some of the toughest obstacles out here. And we'll check in with some of the guys on Vendor Row. Welcome back to TruckU, coming at you from the massive Jeep Beach event at Daytona International Speedway, where thousands of Jeeps have taken over the infield, and I'll tell you what, a lot of these rigs are highly modified. So when we built the ultimate truck Ubicon, we used a lot of products from Rugged Ridge, and they are out here this weekend. So I think it's a great time to head on over there and check in with those guys and see what all they have going on.
Armix ADA, the main company that owns Rugged Ridge and Alloy USA. We cover anything from 41 all the way to 2013. We have a CJ7 here, CJ2A, and then here the new JK that we have. A lot of product on it this time. Our aluminum front bumper, modular bumper that we have had. The new hood catches that we have, absolutely much better than the stock ones. The stock rubber eventually wears out. And proportionally, the hood catch actually fits better on the hood than the stock ones. Snorkel that we introduced, it's different than what most snorkels look like. Most snorkels come to the side here and go to the intake. Over here we actually take the side panel off and kind of small cut in here and then guide it to the stock box. And we have those now for 3.8, the old version, and also the 3.6 one came out. One of our brand new items that we're actually introducing here at the show to our distributor networks is this Eclipse Sunrider mesh top. It basically can sit in place. It is completely, all the bungee cords are built into it, and you can actually lower your top and put it back on without having to change it. And then obviously we have a lot of accessories like Euro guards and products like that. So this Jeep here is basically kind of like the Jeep lifestyle. If any Jeeper, whether you build it up all the way like this or with other things, this is what you do outside. You can go kayaking, and that's the lifestyle we Jeepers enjoy.
This is Cambrian Hill, and here's how you take a look at this particular obstacle. You've got to get up over these first, right? And then right up this wall of rock. Sounds easy, nothing to it, except that it's a big test of traction and driver skill and control, because if you get out of control, you could wind up breaking some things and picking up pieces and parts like this. To get up on this obstacle, you want to approach it at an angle so you can get your front tires up on it. Next, get your rear tires close to that same step, and once we get the Jeep lined up, baby, it's all gas pedal. Our 37-inch tires hook up to the rocks pretty good, and that's another obstacle down. Well, I cannot lie to you. The truck Ubicon has definitely been put to the test out here this afternoon, and it's starting to feel the pain a little bit, so we need to give them a break. Now, when we come back, we'll check out some of the other cool Jeeps that are out here at Jeep Beach.
Ethanol used in today's fuels can be harmful to your engine. It can clog up fuel lines and cause corrosion and deposits in your car's injection system. Protect your engine from those harmful deposits with Rizlone's ethanol fuel treatment. Add 1 bottle to your fuel tank at your next fill-up or when your tank is nearly full. It will reduce water in the fuel to keep the gas fresh and give you complete ethanol protection. Once it's clean, boost your fuel with Rizlone's Octane Booster. It can get rid of any hesitation or knock in your engine, and many times the Octane Booster reduces emissions to increase fuel mileage. It works by allowing the engine to optimize spark timing, which can create more power and performance. This tip is brought to you by Rizlone, affordable solutions to expensive automotive repairs. This segment of TruckU is brought to you by MagnaFlow. Quality, power, sound.
Welcome back to Daytona Beach, Florida, home of the 10th annual Jeep Beach. Thousands of Jeeps have made the trip from all over the country to take part in the show. The truck Ubicon has taken a little break after taking part in some of the obstacles. Now's a great chance to head out and check out some of the other cool rigs.
This is a JK Wrangler that we dug out of the junkyard 3 months ago. It's our Project Phoenix, and the idea was the Phoenix rising from the ashes. And we basically cut it in half, stretched it 14 inches, put some 1-ton axles underneath of it, 6.0 out of a Chevy Suburban, Magnuson supercharger, and a lot of bodywork. We laid the windshield back 10 inches. In doing so, it lowered the roof line about 3.5 inches, so we dropped the seats 4 inches, so we still had a nice clear line of sight. We got rid of the factory fuel tank because we wanted to do a triangulated 4-link in the back. So we hand built our own triangulated 4-link with Rough Stuff Specialties kit. We pushed that axle back an additional 7 inches to give us that 119-inch wheelbase that we were going for on a 2-door. Now it's been killer, man. People seem to like it. Everyone says this is the most badass Jeep here. That's what we were going for.
Now, from one Jeep that looks awesome standing still to another that's been through almost every cool trail in America.
This is an 07 JK. This was the first JK Poison Spider ever owned. And this thing has done every trail at the Hammers. It was our pre-runner for King of the Hammers for a couple of years. It was designed specifically for the King of the Hammers. We call it our BFH, which is our Built for the Hammers line. Every part on here was our parts we developed for that kind of terrain. And even if you never intend to use it for the kind of use that we designed it for, it's still a pretty cool part. You know that if you ever did want to go out and use it that way, that you could. So.
Down here at Jeep Beach, it's really hot. Now, when you've got vehicles like these Jeeps, one of the things you want to do is keep your vehicle as insulated as possible. That's not only for temperature control, but it's also for sound deadening as well. That's where these come in. It's the hothead headliners, and these are really nice because they stick on nice and easy to the roof of your Jeep, and they wrap around that rear window as well. So you've got the double-sided tape or the Velcro. You can go either way. That's really more of a personal preference. But like I said, it's nice and easy. So here's the idea, right? Think about it in your house of replacing your standard single pane window with like a double pane tinted window. You get more sound deadening. I mean, it looks like it fits right in there. It's great. So we get that sound deadening and we get that insulation that we want. A lot of the guys that own these vehicles, which I am one, you know the deal. You ride down the road and you can't even hear the stereo because the thing is so loud. That's where the sound deadening comes in. So it's just another nice feature about these hothead headliners. They're a must-have in a vehicle like this. This whole event has been awesome so far. I mean, we've had the opportunity to check out some really killer rigs. When we come back from break, it's time to bring it right here to the most difficult obstacle on the track, baby. It's time to bring on the carnage. Welcome back to Jeep Beach. So far, every obstacle we have tackled has been no problem for the TruckU. The rock pile was slow but effective. Cambron Hill was pedal to the metal, but not every Jeep had the same luck. But you know, that's why they make winches and forklifts, to help those other guys out. We've saved the toughest obstacle for last. They call it the stairs, and we say, bring it on. As far as the anatomy of this particular obstacle goes, it's basically a big concrete stairway. All you got to do is climb all the way up it. So it's going to test your traction, your suspension, your articulation, your driver skill. All that comes into play. I think what we really need to do is talk to somebody who's been through this thing and find out where he feels about all that.
Coming up the stairs over there, I tried to go straight, but then I felt that, you know, I was slipping and didn't want to break anything. This is a 104-inch wheelbase on the LJ. It helps a little better than the TJ, but definitely a longer wheelbase would make it easier getting up that stairs.
We heard from one driver who made it over the stairs with a longer wheelbase, but it didn't look so easy with a short wheelbase.
Oh, it was nerve-wracking. I honestly didn't think I was going to make it, and just went back and gave it a different line and give it a little lead foot and work my way up. A lot of fun. I may try it a little later once the nerves calm down a little bit.
Now it's our turn on the stairs. We learned that it's easier for a long wheelbase Jeep, so it should be smooth sailing on these steps for the TruckU. Now we tried to crawl the obstacle. You know, sometimes you can spin your tires up and they'll grab and go, and then other times you just gotta bump it a little bit. And once we make it to the top of the stairs, there's a valley at the bottom, and it's no problem. You know, whether you are driving over obstacles like this and scratching up the undercarriage of your vehicle, or driving through water, or driving through salt up north, our vehicles practically invite corrosion. Well, fortunately, our buddies from Counteract have a great way to fight that corrosion, and they're out here this weekend at Jeep Beach. Let's go check them out.
Counteract is a great application for any off-road vehicle, especially beach vehicles. So it's very good in salty environments, great for any place in a corrosive environment. Basically, the way the system works, it approaches rust from the electrochemical angle. When you see a spot of rust on your vehicle, that's actually a miniature battery. You got to complete a circuit for rust to form. Metal always wants to be positive, oxygen wants to be negative. They tend to get together because it's just like magnets, opposites attract. Likes repel. You make the metal negative, which is what Counteract does, puts a very mild electrostatic charge on the vehicle. Make it negative, it no longer wants to combine with oxygen, so it slows the corrosion process down. Typically on a Jeep, it's a 5-wire operation. You've got a hot wire to the battery, you got a battery ground, you got a body ground. They're an adhesive pad, goes right on over the paint. No special tools, all heat shrink, crimpable connectors. And it actually senses the battery voltage. So if your vehicle's sitting for a long period of time and the voltage starts to drop, the system will shut itself off rather than drain your battery. All done electronically, so it's a 21st century solution to rust.
Man, what a great time I had out here this weekend. I love being down here. The Jeep Beach event was awesome, and I want to thank everybody out there involved in the event for letting us come out there and do our thing, you know? I almost hate to leave because this whole beach thing, it's kind of my scene, you know? But I've got to get back to the shop, so we're going to take a break, and when we come back, I'll be back at the shop and we'll check in with Bruno and see how his weekend went.
For more information about anything you've seen on today's show, check out speed.com or visit our website at truckutv.com. This tip is brought to you by VHT, the ultimate in high heat performance coatings.
This sweet little ride right here belongs to my son. Now, he's in school right now. That means I've got to get this job done in time to go pick him up in a couple of hours. Now, you take a look at this bike, and it looks great, right? All except for this. The exhaust coming through here looks horrible. It sticks out like a sore thumb. Well, that's what I'm going to fix, and I'm going to do it with this. It's the VHT Flame Proof. It's specifically designed for high heat applications. Obviously, VHT, very high temperature. You see, if you go into a part that gets really hot with a paint that's not equipped to handle it, it's just going to bake off and flake off. That's no good. This paint is going to make it look good, and it's going to stay on. The first thing we need to do is get this exhaust off the bike and out of the way. Then we can hit it with the scuff pads and remove all of the dirt and debris that's on this. Now we're ready to apply the Duplicolor Prep Spray, and that gets rid of all of the really small contaminants on there, and it makes the surface ready to paint. Now we're ready to lay on the VHT Flame Proof. What we like to do with something like this is simply hang it up right there, and then we can hold the can 8 to 10 inches away from the part and put on a couple nice light coats. And what we want to do is just get good uniform coverage. Give about 10 or so minutes in between each coat. The good news is I got this job done quick, and it looks great. Now, I have plenty of time to head to school, pick up my son, and get him at the end of the day. And in true 9-year-old fashion, when I show him this and I say, hey, look at that, he's probably not gonna notice. But you know, and I know, that this exhaust looks brand new, and I did it with VHT. So for more information about VHT or the entire line of VHT products, be sure to check out their website.
So Daytona, man, it looked like it was a lot of fun, and the Jeep seemed to perform really well.
It's always fun out there. The Jeep did good. Great weekend. How about yours?
Very good, man. Let's just assume victory for the B-Man for the rest of the season.
Assumed victory rest of the year.
I'm with it.
That's a lot of trophies.
It is.
All kidding aside, and back to the shop. Congratulations on that, by the way. You know, one of the things we talk about quite a bit is upgrading the brakes in your vehicle, right? Well, if you're going to do that, you want to upgrade your brake lines. And one great way to do that is with these stainless steel brake lines from Crown Performance.
Yeah, these things really perform. I mean, they're pressure tested at 4,500 PSI, which is well above and beyond DOT specs. So when you put your foot on the brake pedal, you know you're going going to get good stopping power. And the way that works is there's no volumetric expansion. You know, and with the other rubber type hoses, when you step on the pedal, they'll push out a little bit and you'll get that spongy feel. Not with these, man. You hit the pedal and you've got brake pressure right away, and they come in 9 different colors, and you can get them set to different sizes, whatever you want.
The reason they don't expand is because it's 5 layers, all Kevlar, all stainless steel in there. I mean, that's not going anywhere. Everything right on the end, the fittings, they're all upgraded as well. In fact, to put it simply, everything about the Crown Performance stainless steel brake line is an upgrade. This is the Quick Trick alignment system from Alignment Simple Solutions. It's a nice way to check the alignment on your vehicle and find out if you need to take it or if it's out of whack. Now, what they've done now is taken it one step up technologically speaking with this. This is the Quick Specs app.
Well, what was a great do-it-yourself tool now became even better, because now you have all the information you need right in your mobile device. You simply download the app, plug in the information you need, make, model, year, and style. You hit the find specs, and you'll get the camber, caster, and towing you're looking for that specific vehicle. Knowledge is power, baby, and with this, you're going to have all the knowledge you need to go ahead and align your vehicle properly.
It's the Quick Specs from Alignment Simple Solutions. Brothers Truck Parts is your #1 place to go for any and all things Chevy and GMC truck related from 47 to 91. A great example of that was the K5 Blazer that we did right here in the shop. The guys at Brothers Truck Parts hooked us up with everything.
Yeah, it was a complete makeover from a vehicle that had been badly abused and sat for the course of time to something that was actually a really neat looking new look vehicle.
Right.
And the way we did that was by taking all parts from Brothers Truck Parts. Now, everything from the little hog rings we use in the seat covers to the seat covers themselves to the headlights up front, everything was done from Brothers Truck Parts. Even the little things that are hard to find, like the seals and the gaskets that go around the back to our truck bed itself. So what you do is you look through the catalog like this, you find those hard to find parts, you find them online, you call up the guys from Brothers Truck Parts, and they're going to get them to you quick. Everything for Chevy or GMC trucks, man, they have got you covered.
It's like we always say, the guys at Brothers Truck Parts eat, sleep, and breathe Chevy trucks. These guys know what they're talking about.
Hey man, next year when you head out to Daytona, I think we head out to Daytona, bro, and do it together.
You know, either that, it's funny you bring this up, because either that, or if you've got a race that weekend, I could take your place in the race, dude, and bring home a little trophy for you.
You know, somehow I don't see that happening. You're more of the guy who's going to drive around in the golf cart and wave, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. Well, no, I'm good at that.
Hey, you know what? Let's get back to this later. Hey, that's all the time we got this week for TruckU. We'll see you next time.
About that whole waving thing, I've got that down to a science.
That you do. Driving, not so much.
Too fast.
You're like a pro waver. Maybe I'll get you a trophy for you.